Oh, prices has gone way out of control.
At the South End Senior Center in Hartford, Connecticut, rising prices have seniors like 67-year-old Hyacinth Yenny feeling the burn.
You look at your electrical bill, you look at your gas bill, you look now, especially now, food bill. It's ridiculous.
I like hamburger.
Retired utility worker Mark DeMeo.
It's up $1 a pound, so I cut back.
This is unbelievable. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope that you're having a very great Saturday. I hope that things are getting better. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to become part of the True Life Investing family, and also to stay up to date on stimulus news, what's happening with politics and inflation. And while you're at it, go ahead and smash that like button. Guys, you will get something out of it, I promise, by subscribing and smashing that like button, because we're doing a ton of giveaways. You don't want to miss out. So now on to the news. Colorado, Delaware, they just passed, literally, I got information 2 hours ago that they finally passed the bill to send out stimulus checks. But here's the problem, okay? They're not going to send it just next week or next month. They said it's going to go out sometime this year. Well, that doesn't do anybody any good when you don't know that it's going to go out if you don't have a date. Here's what I know. People need relief money now, not in a couple of months, not expecting it towards the end of the year. People need help now. So check this out. I came across a video of a senior who literally was on a fixed income of $1,300. He paid his house payment, he paid his electric bill, he paid his water bill, he paid his Medicare bill. Listen, guys, and he was in the negative $150. He said he can't even afford a senior's meal. That is so heartbreaking to see that you guys on a fixed income, seniors, those who are depending on a fixed income, can't even buy the daily essentials. Guys, what is wrong with our country? You guys should have more than enough money to be able to buy the food you need, be able to pay the bills you need to pay, to be taken care of. I wish that they would go ahead and get relief money out to you guys. Let me tell you something. I watched this video, the entire video, and I hope you guys do too, because it was so eye-opening. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter if you're working a full-time job, if you're living on a fixed income. Everybody is having a hard time just to make it through the week, just to make it through the month. From your seniors to your millennials, people are suffering, and they're having to take their money, their little bit of money they have, and they're having to stretch it and stretch it and stretch it just to live life. That is not how it should be. Guys, this video, I'm telling you, is so eye-opening. I literally could not stop watching it. I showed you guys a preview in the beginning, and this is the true reality of things that are happening in our own backyard. Guys, check this video out, and I'm going to tell you something. It's got a ton of information for seniors. It's got a ton of information for millennials. It's going to touch everybody and let you know exactly where everybody is at. Take a watch.
We're going to get the latest U.S. government report on inflation tomorrow. And once again, many economists believe the spike in prices is going to be quite high compared with a year ago. Inflation's bite has been particularly pronounced with some groups of Americans. That includes seniors living on fixed incomes and millennials who had already lost ground during the financial crisis and the Great Recession. Economics correspondent Paul Solomon reports.
Oh, prices has gone way out of control.
At the South End Senior Center in Hartford, Connecticut, rising prices have seniors like 67-year-old Hyacinth Yenny feeling the burn.
You look at your electrical bill, you look at your gas bill, you look now, especially now, food bill. It's ridiculous.
I like hamburger.
Retired utility worker Mark DeMeo.
It's up $1 a pound, so I cut back.
In Kennerdell, Pennsylvania, where backwoods broadband is intermittent,
I live in the country, so that's happened sometimes.
34-year-old Hannah Schall says she can't cut back on formula for her 9-month-old, but the price...
It used to be, $35. Now we're paying $50. So that's $15 in 9 months. That's crazy.
And in Greenville, South Carolina, Schall's fellow millennial, nonprofit development manager Amanda Rice got a rude awakening in December shopping for a used car.
So I didn't realize how expensive it was until I saw the 2021. I was like, hold on, that's around the same price that they're selling the 2015.
A car she needed for her side gig as a rideshare driver.
To tide myself over into that next paycheck because of what's happening in our economy right now.
What's happening is inflation. In economics, more money bidding up fewer goods and services. And right now, COVID inflation. The government printing and doling out more money to prevent a pandemic collapse. COVID clogged supply chains providing fewer goods. Workers afraid to catch COVID staying home, providing fewer services. No surprise that prices have shot up, and no surprise that folks who live paycheck to paycheck, especially the old and young, are the hardest hit.
The cost of living, it's become more difficult to sustain myself.
In Riverside, California, Antonio Najarro said his 2 part-time jobs in retail and for the county were paying less than his pre-pandemic job as a state election worker.
So you've been blindsided by the increase in prices?
In hindsight, yes, thinking that I would still be able to get by or manage myself the same way in the past.
In that regard, Najarro, age 30, is a typical millennial.
They're used to stable prices really for their entire working career.
Economist Allie Wolf, herself a millennial.
Really, for the past 15 years, they've had roughly 2% inflation, and that's what they're used to. So costs go up a little bit, but their wages go up a little bit, and so their purchasing power has roughly been stable. And then the pandemic hit, and it really just turned the dynamics upside down.
Case in point, 38-year-old Alexandra Upton. She shares an apartment in Santa Fe, bikes to her job as a restaurant server, yet struggles mightily to make ends meet.
I'm angry. I'm very angry. But the fact of the matter is I'm still in this situation. So I just have to make do. Get a second job, pare down, eat 1 meal a day at the restaurant.
So you eat 1 meal a day on your night shift at the restaurant and that's it?
Yeah, and we have had pounds of rice and pasta, and we have some beans, you know.
But you can't afford the fruits and vegetables?
No, absolutely not right now. Nope, and I'm a vegetarian. These aren't abstract issues to me.
Some millennials have resorted to even more desperate measures.
Last month, I was kind of in dire straits. I had to donate plasma twice a week to afford rent.
How much do they pay for plasma?
For newcomers, you get a bonus anywhere between 100 to 150 per donation. But after the first month, it will drop to $50 to $60 per donation.
We're pre-planners, so we stock up pretty well.
Even the most self-sufficient millennial we found was feeling the pinch.
The ammunition is super duper expensive right now. I hunt with a 30-30. The box of shells used to be maybe $20. They're $40 now.
What do you hunt?
Deer, bear, turkey in our backyard.
Wait a second, you don't kill bears in your backyard, do you?
You betcha.
And you eat the bear meat?
Yes. It's not my favorite, but if you skin it correctly, get all the fat off of it, it's not too bad.
What about deer?
It's absolutely delicious. We've actually shot deer out of our living room window.
You mean so you see a deer, you open the window and just shoot the deer?
Yeah.
But it's now more expensive because ammunition has gone up in price.
Welcome to the country.
But wait a second. Shal drives into town to work as a nurse.
Has your salary gone up?
Not to match the prices.
Shal's plight is representative of average American workers. Incomes rose nearly 5% last year, but inflation was at 7%.
Wages are going up, but they're not going up as much as we've seen the inflation rate.
And inflation isn't just outrunning worker paychecks. How about retired seniors living on so-called fixed incomes, paychecks that never rise?
They can't just get out and get themselves a big job that can pay them a lot of money.
Some do get small jobs. 71-year-old Inilda Pena works part-time at the Hartford Senior Center to help cover her rising food costs.
I'm diabetic and I have to have certain diet, lettuce and vegetables. Those things are expensive.
But the Social Security payment went up this year.
Yeah, but not that much.
In fact, payments from Social Security, which provides most of the typical senior's income, went up 5.9% in January, the largest cost of living adjustment in 39 years. But again, inflation was 7% last year, and therefore, says the Senior Citizen League's Mary Johnson,
their COLA or their cost of living adjustment isn't keeping up with those other rising costs.
Rising costs like a $21.60 increase in the monthly Medicare Part B premium from $148.50 to about $170, a 15% increase, deducted directly from Social Security checks.
Medicare Part B has increased over the years 3 times faster than the annual Social Security COLA. That's been true for decades.
But decades in which prices for other essentials didn't go up as rapidly as they're increasing now, putting the squeeze on seniors, like 76-year-old retired house painter Robert DeRay. His Social Security, about $1,300 a month, mortgage $835 plus.
My gas bill is $200 a month. My electricity's about $100, $150 a month. My water's been about $100 a month, but I'm hoping that goes down since I fixed the toilet.
But when you subtract his Medicare Part B premium of $170, he's underwater by more than $100 a month, sustained by SNAP benefits, food stamps. He says he can't even afford the $2 lunch at the senior center. Of course, these folks want to know just what we all do. How long will the current inflation last? And it provokes furious debate among economists, including a famous one loudly unconcerned a year ago.
I was relaxed about the inflationary outlook.
Nobel laureate Paul Krugman has been humbled in retrospect.
I was wrong. It turns out that inflation has come in way higher than I expected.
But Krugman himself now asks, what's the cure?
Is it simply let up on the gas, maybe tap the brakes, or is it slam on the brakes?
Well, there are simply too many unknown unknowns to know, it seems. But then, as people from Hollywood producer Samuel Goldwyn to physicist Niels Bohr to baseball's Yogi Berra supposedly all said, forecasts are difficult, especially about the future. But hey, we'll be living that future sooner and later. For the PBS NewsHour, Paul Salman.
Isn't that mind-blowing just to see that just a year ago, a year and a half ago, things were so much better, and now it's like things are getting worse. And what does Congress plan to do? What is the fix? What are they going to do to help solve this inflation crisis? Listen, guys, I hope that they get these checks sent out fast. I'm glad Colorado and Delaware passed their bill to send out stimulus checks, but it doesn't do us any good if they ain't going to send it out next week or in the next month. They said by the end of this year, people should be getting their checks. I came across another article that said 10 states would be sending out tax rebates to their residents, and it's for people that are filing taxes. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, what about people who don't file taxes? What about people who don't drive cars? California's trying to do a gas card, but not everybody has a car. Like, what are they thinking? What is going on? Let me ask you, who's running the show here? Come on. Like, where are they thinking of? What are they looking at? People are suffering. People need help. It really broke my heart just listening to that guy. He's like, man, I'm on a fixed income and I literally can't even buy a senior meal. Guys, I wish that I was a billionaire so I could send everybody checks. That is my heart. I literally would do everything I can to help everybody out because that's not living life. Guys, I hope the best for every single one of you. I appreciate every time you scroll through YouTube and you see my face and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go check out John Muro. I'm going to go listen to what he's got showing. And yeah, he's going to tell me like it is. He's going to give me the truth. And I promise I will tell you the truth. The information about Colorado and Delaware came out 3 hours ago, guys. I told you I wouldn't tell you anything unless it was just updated and more recent. So stay tuned for more videos to come. Guys, if you're needing money, if you're needing cash, then don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. I've got a giveaway video where we're giving away $250 to 2 lucky subscribers. It's here. Go check it out and get in to win some free money. You guys need the help, and that's why on this channel we're doing a ton of giveaways. Our heart goes out to you guys. We really appreciate you, and I love you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day. I'm researching for more states that are sending out stimulus checks, so I will be back with some more news tomorrow. So guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos to come, and until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace!